You are listening to Charting Wealth for Friday, the 13th of January, 2017. Markets were down on Thursday, 0.25%. That's the S&P 500 as depicted by SPY. What do we see going on our two-day chart? Well, it's been topping out for the last three two-day charts. Well, really 2.5, because we are just now drawing the first half of the latest two-day candle, which is basically a hammer. We have the market down for the day. When we look at the first day of the two-day chart, we had the PPO, the price percent oscillator, rotate over going down back on the 30th. We drew blue horizontal lines with a down arrow to indicate that. Don't forget, our weekly trend line is still up and we're still above it. What we're waiting to see happen is, will indeed the blue rotate over, the PPO rotate over the red signal line and actually turn back up again as far as the two-day candle goes? Hasn't happened yet, so we don't have a trade here waiting for that to occur. We do see the derivative oscillators losing downward momentum, so we are hopeful we will stay that way. Nothing has happened to this point. Let's next go to the Qs. What is the Qs? Well, that's the NASDAQ 100, the tech stocks. It is in a confirmed uptrend on the weekly chart after it crossed over at the close of this past week. The signal line on the two-day chart, actually, we crossed over that back on somewhere around the 5th of January, going up. So we currently have both our weekly and our two-day moving up. What have we been waiting for? We've been waiting to see if indeed the 2-hour chart will rotate back over. It's in a pullback position now. We saw on the two-day chart at the end of the day some upward momentum. Not enough, however, to pull the 2-hour chart over. If indeed that happens on Friday, it may be your jumping in point for an up trade on the Qs. Has not happened yet. We shall wait and see. That's the most likely trade we have of all four of the charts that we look at this point. Next, we go to TLT. We're going to go to the two-day chart first on that, see what's going on. Nice, clean upward movement. Now, again, we don't have a trade on this. Why? Because the weekly chart is still in a downtrend. We may have a bottom here. We've had the two-day chart rotate over going up, followed by the 2-hour chart crossover, but we don't have a trade because we're trend followers. We're not bottom callers, and we've not had this weekly chart rotate over going up yet. However, if we take a quick glance at it, we can see that it's getting awfully close. So we may have a bottom here soon on the 20-year bond fund. Hasn't happened yet. We'll continue to watch for it. If indeed it occurs, then of course we'll be ready to jump into that. Remember, we don't make the charts work. The charts work. We follow them. Lastly, and for the record, TLT was down 0.22% on Thursday. Lastly, gold up 0.36%. Gold, just like bonds, long-term downtrend on the weekly and an uptrend on the two-day. Let's take a look at the 2-hour chart, see just sort of where gold is. Gold crossed over going up in the morning on the 12th, and then sort of petered off and dropped over during the afternoon. It was, for the record, up 0.36% for the day on Thursday. But again, we have the schizophrenia there with the weekly chart going in one direction down and the two-day chart in the other. What do we keep looking for? Well, we keep waiting for our 4-hour chart to start working again, and it's going to take a few more days or weeks before we know if indeed that is occurring. Hasn't crossed over going down yet. That is where we are as we end the day on Thursday, as we go into Friday the 13th. We'll continue to monitor just what's going on for you every day the markets are open. We so appreciate you being with us. All we ask is you spend up to 10 minutes with us a day reviewing these charts, filling out your daily market worksheets, which will supercharge your training. Practice trade with us. Let us hear from you when you have questions, problems, concerns. Folks, some days this is just drudgery. I don't ever think it's drudgery because I think it's just fascinating to watch the way these markets play out and to try to learn every single day that you follow these charts something of value. And you will find if you fill out that daily market worksheet, it will supercharge your training. What is our bottom line? To be the best chart readers that we can, to be able to know when to get in, when to get out of the market. Once you can do that, my friends, you have a gold mine. You have a printing press. You have the ability to literally do the thing that most people find the hardest, and that is to make money passively by watching these markets, getting in at the right times, getting out at the right times. It is not something that is just given to you on a silver platter. You have to work for it. You have to train with us every day. How long will it take? 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years? I don't know. Depends on what your commitment is and how quickly you get it. But it's like anything in life. You've got to practice. You've got to practice and hone those skills. The more you do it, the better you'll get. You'll go through lulls where you don't feel like things are really worth your while. That's the most important time to continue. Because I'm telling you, once the ocean yields up to you this pearl, it is a pearl of great value that you will be so thankful for every minute you put into it. And it's only 10 minutes a day at the most. Come on, do that. If you appreciate what we do for you, we ask you to do a couple of things. Go to iTunes, subscribe to our channel, give us a 5-star rating, say something nice about us. Thank you for all of you who have done that. If you haven't done it, come on, give us a little bit of reciprocity. You guys have made us as high as number 6 in the world in stock market podcasts. We so appreciate that. Also, go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. And of course, if you haven't already subscribed to our daily podcast, you need to do that at chartingwealth.com. You go there, you put in your first name, your email address. What will you receive? You'll receive this podcast video format every day, along with what else? You'll get our daily market worksheet, a link to that. You'll get the layout that we use at freestockcharts.com, and you will get our How to Read a Stock Chart video, 15 minutes that you need to start figuring out how to make this work. Folks, that's where we are as we end the day on Thursday the 12th, as we go into Friday the 13th. God bless you. Hope that you have a fabulous weekend. Continue to stick with us. Of course, what we'll be doing over the weekend, preparing the comprehensive weekly review and forecast for you. So watch for that in your email. All the best. God bless from chartingwealth.com.